What's up, y'all?
Hi,
So, my name is Danny,
my name's Mar.
and the video title is written on my hand is How We Stay Close When Life is a Lot. Right
Good.
now, uh, I recently quit a job that was just not safe and not right for me or my family. It was a good decision, but decided to run my own business into the ground. And what I mean by that is like we were trying to market ourselves, but it costs a lot of money to market um, the handyman business, and then to market cleaning and market everything. Like
Well,
we were kind of like a we do it all type of business, so it just didn't work.
right. And Danny doesn't mention, but I had a seizure at the end of
Yeah, and I was
May.
about to get to that
So,
part.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of the like, we can't do this because of the
Mhm.
stress of like the seizure was just like a sign.
Yeah, and for some context, when I first started dating Mar, Jesus, that's gonna pick up in the mic. Um, Sorry, headphones users, rest in peace, headphone users. When we first started dating, like maybe a year after we started dating, she had a random seizure. We were just like chilling. We had coffees. We were heading back to my house, right?
We're going to get
We're
Squishmallows.
Yeah, we were driving
Target.
to Target, and
It's like the start of a good
yeah,
day. And then I like started convulsing and I had a hot coffee in my lap. And thank
she
God it wasn't
spilled
like
coffee all
any
over
hotter.
herself, and
Spilled all over Danny's car. Rest in
she
peace, the
got like
Jedi.
MRIs and stuff, and they said everything was fine and that they randomly can happen.
There's nothing abnormal.
So it never happened again, luckily, but it happened again
2 years
recently.
later.
Yeah, and we were just kind of chilling again, just talking, and we were talking about really cringy surgery stuff. So that was like making us kind of like queasy,
Squeamish, yeah.
squeamish, and squeezy,
Squeezy.
and that triggered it, I think, for her because she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pass out," and then she passed out and then had the seizure right in front of me. Luckily, she didn't hit her head. She was like on her chair, and I just kind of like tried to make sure she was okay. And it was scary, and it was like a real good lesson of like, is this worth it? Is this worth the stress? And it's really not, like I'm sacrificing a lot when I have to go out and work because like work for myself because I like going and getting a job is real easy because there's structure. At the end of the day, I go home and that's it, and then I can still work on other stuff. Whereas like the business is like constant, and it just took up all of our time and energy, and like it got to a point where we like weren't even cleaning our apartment and like taking care of ourselves, and we're not even paying our bills
We're not even
either.
making it.
So
Yeah. It's not
it's
even
like
worth
it's not
it.
even worth it. It's really not.
And it's been so hard to just like have a 2 year old,
And
not
not
have
to mention,
water.
we're gonna have to owe taxes eventually. But the point of the video, if you've gotten this far, is that this through all this stress and everything, we don't really argue about like money or argue about the bills and not getting paid. Like we know that we're gonna figure it out together, and we're figuring it out. And so I got a new job. It's not the best job, but it's a good job for now, and it'll get us by while I hone my skills at home after work, after the 9 to 5. And I can hone the business that way too, like after work, have it a nighttime weekend thing. But ultimately, like I sat down with myself and with Mar, and we were like, we don't even want to do this. Like we would rather just chill and make music and art, and do stuff like
Yeah.
that. And I'd rather make gaming videos and be creative in other outlets like designing websites and stuff like that. So that's what we want to focus on now instead of trying to be like, oh, we can run a business. Um, but anyway, in this lesson that we've learned of this vlog is that, and that we want to teach, I guess, is that like we never really fight about money with each other. We're always like
It
really
might
grounded.
be like high stress, but it's never like I never blame him and he never like blames me or like he knows that it's a full-time job to raise a kid. And I feel like that's where a lot of relationships differ, is like there's not that understanding that it's like, well, someone has to take care of the baby first, because it's like we could pay for daycare, but then it's like we, one, don't know who we're trusting, two, it's so expensive,
Yeah, and that was
and
another thing, was like I can't even have her help me run the business because she's taking care of her daughter. That takes away from our daughter's like life experience, and I don't want to take that away from her. She deserves like a good life and to learn in a good way and feel safe and feel appreciated by her parents and loved by her parents. And that goes for me too. Like if I'm working a regular job, I'm just getting a paycheck, sure, but I'm coming home and seeing my daughter a lot more than with running my own business. And a lot of people
yeah.
are like, well, running your own business would lead to freedom where you be with your family all the time. Yeah, after 5 freaking years of hard sacrifice that everyone has to sacrifice.
And it's like those
And it's
5 years
like,
of her growth are so
yeah, these are the
important.
most important 5 years of her life right now when she's age 1 to 5. So I don't want to miss anything really. And the best way to do that is just to get a steady job, which I got now, and going back to that and just gonna grind through that and just know that at the end of my day, that's not the end of my day, and that's the mentality I have to keep. Um, instead of going home and having a having a drink or going to see a friend and eating out with friends, like it should be like I gotta go home and lock in and do some stuff. It
Yeah,
doesn't
me
have to be
too. It's like
production;
you gotta
it can be
do art.
creative,
Yeah.
be art. But
Yeah. So that's been our little update. We're still hanging on. We appreciate people who've checked in on us. So
yeah, and I wanted to make the video a little bit less about us, but I still talked a lot about us. So thanks for watching if you watched. But
yeah.
yeah, if you have any tips on, being a couple and how to handle stress, go ahead and leave that in the comments, I guess. And thanks for watching, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.